So get ready, sit back. We're going to do teacher read in just a second. All right. The next chapter is called The Mouse Burglar. My grandmother hustled me back into my own bedroom and out onto the balcony. Are you ready? She asked. I'm going to put you in the sock now. I hope I can manage this, I said. I'm only a little mouse. You'll manage, she said. Good luck, my darling. And she popped me into the sock and started lowering me over the balcony. I crouched inside the sock and held my breath. Through the stitches, I could see out quite clearly. Miles below me, the children were playing on the beach, and they were the size of beetles. The sock started swimming in the breeze, and I looked up and saw my grandmother's head sticking out over the railings of the balcony above. You're nearly there, she called out. Here you go. Gently does it. You're down. I felt a slight bump. In you go, my grandmother was shouting. Hurry, 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 search the room. I jumped out of the sock and ran to the Grand High Witch's bedroom. Let's see. And into the Grand High Witch's bedroom. There was the same musty smell about the place that I had noticed in the ballroom. It was the stench of witches. It reminded me of the smell inside the public bathrooms at our local railway station. Ew, that sounds disgusting. As far as I could see, the room was tiny enough. There was no one anywhere that had sorry, let me read that one more time, because that's what good readers do. They start over. There was no sign anywhere that it was inhabited by anyone but an ordinary person. But then there wouldn't be, would there? No witch would be stupid enough to leave something suspicious lying around for the hotel maid to see. Hi, Max. Hi, Camden. Suddenly I saw a frog jumping across the carpet and disappearing under the bed. I jumped myself. Hurry up, came my grandmother's voice from somewhere high outside. Grab the stuff and get out. I started skittering around and trying to search the room. This wasn't so easy. I couldn't, for example, open any of the drawers. I couldn't open the doors of the big wardrobe either. I stopped skittering about and I sat in the middle of the floor and had a think. So here's a picture of the little boy and his grandma lowering him down from the balcony. See the string? And he's in that little tiny sock. If the Grand High Witch wanted to hide something top secret, where would she put it? Hey, if you wanted to hide something top secret, where would you put it? Raise your hand if you've got an idea. Brinley, where would you put it? Tell us again, Brinley, where would you put it? Oh gosh. Okay, Brinley, one more time.
My closet.
In your closet, awesome, okay. All right, Haley, where would you put it?
So I like hiding food. So I have like different things. So like under my bed or when I'm out in the front room, under my pillow.
Okay. Stone, where would you put it, Stone?
I would hide it in my sister's safe.
In your sister's safe. Traxton, where would you hide it?
In my mom's purse.
Okay. Where do we have? Mute. Hey, Traxton. Did we just do Traxton? Traxton, where would you put it?
In my mom's purse.
In your mom's purse. Abby, where would you put it? Do you have any idea, Abby, where would you put it?
I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure yet? Okay. Hey, Max, where would you put it?
I would hide it in my guitar safe.
Oh, that's a good spot. Hey, Lincoln, you're next. Let me unmute you. Okay, Lincoln, where would you put it? Gemma had her hand raised. Gemma, where would you hide it?
Jello's gonna hide in her secret stuff.
All right. Okay, we're going to find out. Let's keep looking. Okay, so certainly not in any ordinary drawer, not in the wardrobe either. It was too obvious. I jumped up on the bed to get a better view of the room. Hey, I thought, what about under the mattress? Very carefully, I lowered myself over the edge of the bed and wormed my way under the mattress. I had to push forward hard to make it any headway. Look, you can see he's scooching in between the mattresses. See his little mouse tail? But I kept at it. I couldn't see anything. I was scrambling under the mattress when my head suddenly bumped against something hard. Inside the mattress above me. I reached up and felt it with my paw. Could it really be a little bottle? It was the little bottle. I could trace the shape of it through the cloth of the mattress. And right alongside it, I felt another hard lump, and another, and another. The Grand High Witch must have slit open the mattress and put all the bottles inside, and then sewn it all up again. I began tearing away frantically at the mattress cloth above my head with my teeth. My front teeth were extremely sharp, and it didn't take me long to make a small hole. I climbed into the hole and grabbed a bottle by the neck. I pushed it down through the hole of the mattress and climbed out after it. Walking backward and dragging the bottle behind me, I managed to reach the edge of the mattress. I rolled the bottle off the bed to the carpet. It bounced, but it didn't break. I jumped down off the bed. I examined the little bottle. It was identical to the one the Grand High Witch had used in the ballroom. There was a label on one, Formula 86, it said. Delayed action mouse maker. This was it. This was the bottle containing 500 doses. Eureka! I felt tremendously pleased with myself. 3 frogs came hopping out from under the bed. They crouched on the carpet, staring at me with large black eyes. I stared back at them. Those huge eyes were the saddest things I had ever seen, and it suddenly occurred to me that almost certainly, once upon a time, they had been children. Those frogs, before the Grand High Witch had gotten a hold of them. I stood there clutching the bottle and staring at the frogs. Who are you? I asked them. At the exact same moment, I heard a key turning in the lock of the door, and the door burst open, and the Grand High Witch swept into the room. The frogs jumped underneath the bed again in one quick hop, and I darted after them. Look at those sad frogs. The frogs with the saddest eyes you had ever seen. Let's see. I darted after them, still clutching the bottle, and I ran back against the wall and squeezed in behind one of the bedposts. I heard the feet walking on the carpet. I peeped around the bedpost. The 3 frogs were clustered together in the middle of the bed. Frogs cannot hide like mice. They cannot run like mice either. All they can do, poor things, is to hop about rather clumsily. Suddenly, the Grand High Witch's face came into view, peering under the bed. I popped my head back behind the bedpost. So there you are, my little froggies, I heard her say. You can stay where you are until I go to bed tonight, and then I shall throw you out the window, and the seagulls can have you for supper. Suddenly, very loud and clear, there came a sound of my grandmother's voice through the open balcony door. Hurry up, my darling, she shouted. Do hurry, you better come out quickly. Who is calling? Snapped the Grand High Witch. I peeped around the bedpost again and saw her walking across the carpet to the balcony door. Who is on my balcony? She muttered. Who is it? Who dares trespass on my balcony? She went through the door to the balcony itself. Look, there's the High Witch with her mask on, looking at the froggies. What is this knitting wool hanging down here? I heard her saying. Oh, hello, came my grandmother's voice. I just dropped my knitting over the balcony by mistake, but it's all right. I've got a hold of one end. I can pull it up myself. Thank you all the same. I marveled at the coolness of her voice. Who were you talking to just now? Snapped the Grand High Witch. Who were you telling to hurry up and come out quickly? I was talking to my little grandson, I heard my grandmother saying. He's been in the bathroom for hours, and it's time he came out. He sits in there reading books and he forgets completely where he is. Do you have any children, my dear? Oh, that grandma, she's a fast thinker. I do not, shouted the Grand High Witch, and she came quickly back to the bedroom, slamming the balcony door behind her. I was cooked. My escape route was closed. I was shut up in the room with the Grand High Witch and 3 terrified frogs. I was just terrified as the frogs. I was quite sure that if I was spotted, I would be caught and thrown out over the balcony for the seagulls. And then came the knock on the bedroom door. What is it this time? Shouted the Grand High Witch. It is we, the ancient ones, said a meek voice from behind the door. It is 6 o'clock, and we have come to collect the bottles that you promised us. Oh, your grandness. I saw her crossing the carpet toward the door. Here they are. Look at those old witches. The door was open and I saw a whole lot of feet and shoes entering the room. They were coming slowly and hesitantly as though the owners of the shoes were frightened to enter. Come in, snapped the Grand High Witch. Do not stand out there dithering in the corridor. I don't have all night. I saw my chance. I jumped out from behind the bedpost and ran like lightning towards the open door. I jumped over several pairs of shoes on the way, and in 3 seconds I was out in the corridor, still clutching the precious little bottle to my chest. No one had seen me. There were no shouts of "Mouse, mouse!" But I could hear the voices of the ancient witches blurbling their silly sentences about how kind your grandness is, and all the rest of it. I went scampering down the corridor to the stairs and up 1 flight. I went to the 5th floor and then along the corridor again until I came to the door of my own bedroom. Thank goodness there was no one in sight. Using the bottom of the little bottle, I began tap, tap, tapping on the door. Tap, 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 I went. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Would my grandmother hear me? I thought that she must. The bottle made quite a loud tap each time it struck. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Just so long as nobody came out into the corridor, but the door didn't open, and I finally decided to take a risk. Grandmama! I shouted as loudly as I possibly could. Grandmama, it's me! Let me in! I heard her feet coming across the carpet, and the door opened. I went in like an arrow. I've done it, I cried, jumping up and down. I've done it, Grandmama. Look, here it is. I've got a whole bottle of it. She closed the door, and she bent down, and she picked me up, and she hugged me. Oh, my darling, she cried. Thank heavens you're safe. She took the little bottle from me and read the label out loud. Formula 86, mouse, delayed action mouse maker, she read. This bottle contains 500 doses. You brilliant, darling boy. You're wonderful. You're a marvel. How on earth did you get out of her room? I nipped out when the ancient witches were coming in, I told her. It was all a bit hairy, Grandmama. I wouldn't want to do it again. I saw her, too. Please hold. Thank you. That was funny, huh? I saw her, too. I know you did, Grandmama. I heard you talking to each other. Did you think she was absolutely foul? She's a murderer, my grandmother said. She's the most evil woman in the entire world. Did you see her mask, I asked? It's amazing, my grandmother said. It looks just like a real face. Even though I knew it was a mask, I still couldn't tell. Oh, my darling, she cried, giving me a hug. I thought I'd never see you again. I'm so happy you got away. Pause, please.